I'm Peggy LaPointe from Kink Weekends, and today we've got Tegan and Sara, yay, before their sold-out show at the Roseland Theater. You're here in town, obviously, on a concert tour, and Love You to Death is your new album. But I have to ask you a more important question. 2 years ago, you collaborated with Cool House, ice cream truck, and put together something that I haven't been able to get out of my mind, obviously. And that is you helped create an ice cream sandwich, double chocolate salted caramel. I didn't need notes for that. Salted caramel ice cream. Yeah. And it's to benefit whom again?
Well, if I remember correctly, I don't know the exact organization because it's been 2 years and we have our hard drives wiped out, but it was an LGBTQ organization and it was really cool of Cool House. I mean, it's a great company and the product.
We've actually worked with them a few times.
Yeah, Sara
the nicest people.
Sarah just she shot a video for a song called "Be With You," which is about marriage equality, and all that stuff. And our friend Clea Duval directed it. And Cool House provided a truck and Cool House sandwiches for the whole day. I only had a cameo in the evening part of the video shoot, and I went.
No, they were only there for they were only there for one shot. We needed an ice cream truck, and they provided
I'm
it
saying
for
that
us.
I was only available for the evening shoot, but I went down early so I could have a Cool House ice cream. And they just had huge coolers full of them. So they're a great company, and people should check them out for sure.
Definitely, and I would work with them as much as I could as possible. Oh, here's our surprise, by the way. We have friends from the Pixie Project coming to visit us today.
Well, this is the interview.
I have an extra hand.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, I don't want to be out.
This is the second time on this tour we've had an amazing experience with the kitten, and I think I'm going to have a cat by the end of this tour.
These have to be named.
Yes, so before our interview is done, these have to be named. Yes, aren't they the sweetest things? So we heard you like kittens and cats, so we couldn't resist bringing the Pixie Project in. Thank you guys for bringing these cutie pies in.
So wait, so these are all up for adoption?
Yes, they are.
Oh my God, you're so cute.
And they're very, very sweet.
I love a ginger cat.
Oh my God,
this cat is like, get me out of here. Yeah, they're totally
I was going to wear a sweater, and I'm glad I didn't.
How old are these little kitties? 9 weeks? Oh my God, these are the cutest little things I've ever seen.
Really? Oh, from Pendleton. Hi, guys. Were you on a rodeo? Anyway, we're going to have these as our guests today, but I do want to ask you some other questions. We didn't just have you come here to pet kittens.
I love it. I think we should name them, two of them. One should be named Hillary, and then one should be named Bernie.
But what about the third?
The third one should be named Justin, like after our Prime Minister in Canada. Who,
I like that.
In addition to being incredibly progressive and liberal, is also a babe.
No kidding.
Yeah. Look at this one is so adventurous. This is very Justin, this one here. Or Trudeau.
Trudeau. Well, yeah, I like Trudeau.
You like Trudeau?
And then Bernie and Hillary.
Bernie and Hillary.
I think that's fantastic.
Well, we don't know the sexes of these cats. Will it work out?
They're gender neutral.
Gender neutral
I really
names.
think
Bernie
so.
can be really a boy or a girl name, and Hillary too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't think they mind.
I don't think they mind at all.
So I want to ask you about something. You guys are in your mid-30s now. You've been playing, performing, writing together, half your lives.
Yeah.
So your first album came out. Whoops, don't fall, buddy. Your first album came out when you guys were 19. And during the next 10 years, you put out another 5 albums.
Yeah.
Now, was it, as you're in your 20s, you've got a lot to say? Mm-hmm. And tell me about that. Because that's pretty prolific.
We were very lucky. Like a lot of our friends, they started bands around the same time as us, but it just took longer. We were very lucky. We stood out. There was something very unique about us, which was not just our passion for cats, but the fact that we were twins and we wrote together. I think we were able to develop a little faster than other bands. And we also were committed to developing, so we really wanted to learn to be better writers. We took our craft really serious. And my parents were, it's not an exaggeration to say, devastated and livid when we chose to do music instead of university. So we quickly really turned it into a job, like a profession. We got we registered our company, we incorporated, we tried to take what we do very seriously so that everyone would get on board. And so we just started writing like crazy. And, you know, we would tour and tour and tour and tour. And when we came off the road, we would just immediately have material and we would make another record. So I feel like we had a lot to say, but we also, you know, we wanted to prove that we were developing. We wanted to prove that we were taking this seriously, and in order to be taken seriously. Oh my God, did you see it?
Well, and you guys really are entrepreneurs. You're not just musicians. You are involved in so many other projects. Tell me about those. I mean, you can tell me about a few, but
I mean, we've always sort of seen our music as a vehicle, you know, to get to have us perform and to meet people, and it's tied into activism, and it's just tied into, you know, general interest in business. You know, it's for us, it's not just the music is sort of the way that we market ourselves, but ultimately we love to tour, we love merchandising, we love to, you know, support people that we believe in, and it's a 360 kind of world. Like we're always sort of like branching out and trying different things. We've written with people, we've produced albums, we've scored films. Like we just like keeping busy.
I mean, honestly, I'm looking at all the stuff that you guys have done. I know you guys from the music that you put out, and then, you know, of course, the ice cream sandwich got my eye.
Yeah.
But the music producing, you collaborated with a group for a T-shirt in New York City to benefit LBTG.
It's
fine.
okay.
They're all in there.
They're all there.
All of the
LGBTQ.
Yes,
all the
thank you.
LGBTs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And put that out as well.
We're definitely always looking for ways that we can, you know, for me, raising awareness is just not enough. We like to put our money where our mouth is. And I think for us that a lot of times there are communities and organizations that are doing wonderful work. And if you're able to provide them more fuel for their fire, I think that's really helpful. When we see people doing great work, we want to help them be able to continue doing that great work. And so, you know, whenever we can turn things into, you know, not just raising awareness, but actually like helping people continue to do the things that they're doing, we sign up right away. So
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So going back to music writing, so you had these 6 albums come out, and then you turned 30. You know, there's that magical thing that happens when you turn 30. Your focus seems to shift a little bit. And since then, there have been 2 albums out. How has I know what turning 30 sort of did in my worldview, but what about you guys?
You know, for us, I mean, we had been in the industry over a decade, and we had a lot of like critical acclaim, and we had a lot of really amazing support, and we'd had this kind of crazy career that had been really off the charts from what we had imagined even as young people. And I think that we took stock of our lives. We kind of, you know, sat down and thought to ourselves, what are the things that we still want to accomplish? Are there things that we want to say that we aren't saying, that we haven't done? I think as artists, we really wanted to push ourselves. And so we went into the studio and made Heartthrob, which was a departure for some people from our older sound, which was more guitar driven. But I think the songwriting was from, like, I think everything, the heart and soul of the record was still from a very similar and familiar place. And so the diehards, everybody sort of stayed on board. And in the process, we were able to reach a wider audience, a more mainstream audience. We were able to collaborate with, you know, we toured with the Killers and M83 and Black Keys and Katy Perry. We did a big, huge summer tour with Fun. So I think as artists and as people, we really saw ourselves sort of elevate and step up to the next level, which was a great way to spend our first couple of years in our 30s, I think.
We've lost a kitten.
Yeah, they're like, we don't want to be adopted. We want to live here at Kink. But yeah, we've just like, I don't know. I think we just are in this really exciting time. I think some of the insecurity or the anxiety that comes with being in your 20s and starting out in the world is gone now. You know, I think that anxiety has started to subside a little bit, and we've been able to really stretch. And, you know, ultimately, Sara and I, no matter what kind of music we make, we are a certain kind of artist. We are outspoken. We are activists. We are very political. We are also queer. And I think that has in some way created this idea in our minds that we're limited and that we're only for certain people. And I think for us musically, we wanted to not only develop ourselves as artists, but we wanted to prove you can, you know, reach a mainstream world. Even if you, Sara, go get the kitty.
There's a kitty that needs rescuing.
We wanted to prove that we can, that the world has changed, and as a queer, outspoken, you know, female-fronted band, that we could still be played on radio, that we could share the stage with someone amazing and iconic as Katy Perry. And so, yeah, it's been thrilling. Our 30s so far have been awesome.
And more confidence comes with that, and your voice comes out more, which is great.
Yeah.
Oh, a kitty rescue just happened.
Yep. The cats were like, please, we want to explore. And now they're
We're
like,
going to
"Find
live
me,
here forever.
find me."
I think he's behind the backdrop.
We're going to have to end the interview and look for the cats.
I know. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, your songwriting, you guys talked a little bit about this, but, and I don't know if it's changed, but I was listening to an interview you guys did, and it surprised me. I have 3 sisters, so oftentimes, we're constantly interrupting and, that sort of thing. And what surprised me is that the music writing, the songwriting starts out as a sort of solo adventure.
Yeah.
And then you come together and put it together.
Yeah, I mean, songwriters all do it so differently, and now in this part of our career, we get asked to do songwriting a lot, and I'm such a nervous songwriter because I like to do it alone. I'm not into...
Bernie escaped.
Bernie escaped?
We don't know where Bernie is.
Okay, we'll find Bernie.
Right.
We got to get the scarf off, but yeah. So we always liked writing alone. That was sort of our thing. We were nervous songwriters. We like to work out ideas, and there's a lot of exploration that has to happen when it comes to finding the right chords and the right vocal melodies. And I hate doing it in front of people. When we wrote a lot of Closer together in the studio, and I found that very, very stressful. With Love You to Death, our newest record, we collaborated and co-wrote a song called Dying to Know, which was really fun. But a lot of those ideas we'd already sort of come up with outside of the studio. So, but I think as songwriters, we do want to challenge ourselves. And so we do try to write together a little more now because we write so differently. And I think we both have different strengths and weaknesses. And so for me, I write a lot of the lyrically, I'm a very simplistic writer sometimes, and every once in a while I'll strike on something really memorable, but Sarah has to push me because I can be quite verbose in my writing, and she's like, it's a pop song, less words. So we're definitely embracing that in our second decade of writing. We're, I think, hitting a point where we understand what we need to do to write a great song.
So thank you so much. I know it's a busy day, it's a busy tour. Thanks for coming down here, hanging and playing out with some kittens.
Thank you. I can't wait. I know. I feel anxious. I can't wait to go find the kittens now. I feel so excited. I'm like, let's go. Sign off. Bye.
I thought about putting catnip in my pocket, but I thought, no, they might go really crazy.
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it. Hi to everyone watching. Bye.